So this is just a quick demo video of the DMS, which is a dual material system, which is basically half of an AMS, just a 2-slot AMS. In this case, I've made it for the A1 Mini, and it just bolts onto the top and to the filament holder here, so this is nice and rigid. Comes in a bunch of parts. They all just socket together. You can add glue if you want. Got 2 spool holders. Behind these spools here, we do have channels for NFC tags. They're not installed right now just because I haven't got around to it. My spools slide off like that because I broke the clips. If you don't break the clips, they clip on just like normal. Don't break the clips. Otherwise, yeah, it's pretty much exactly what you think it is. It's half an AMS. All I did was I bought a second controller board and a cable, which was about $75 CAD, and then I can split my one 4-slot AMS, or my one extra 4-slot AMS, into 2 2-slot AMSs to cover 2 printers instead of 1. And because I'm usually only using 2 filaments at once, it's just a little bit better utilization, a little bit cheaper. It's a tiny bit less space requirement. I can fit 2 of these units on one shelf at an angle like this. I can maybe possibly fit 2 units, 2 A1 Minis and 2 AMS, full AMSs on one shelf, but it'd be really tight and probably be pain to load shit. This is nice and easy. I can reach these. So it's still bigger than I wanted it to be, but it's also not big enough to cause a major issue. So as you can see, I've got 2 filaments loaded up right now. I'm just going to do a quick 1-layer test print so you can see that the AMS itself still changes. So you can see we're just doing calibration now. Yeah. I want to see a little bit more here. This is kind of set up so that it could possibly be enclosed. I had kind of planned to enclose it. I just haven't made the attachment that covers them up, but it can be done. I'm hoping that this issue with the pins is alright. I need to add some glue to this prototype because like the pins that hold the shaft for these spool holders is just kind of sitting in there, so if I put the spool on wrong, it pops the pin out. But that's just because I'm being lazy and not doing everything at once because it's a prototype. Yeah, just gonna let this printer finish setting up, and we'll come back when we can see it putting down some filament. Alright, so we're putting something down now. I'm just going to do the first layer. I'm not going to complete this print. I just want to showcase that it is still capable of switching colors even though only half of the AMS is connected. That was originally my fear when I started this, was that wouldn't work, but it does work quite well. Curious, this is what the rest of my A1 farm looks like. Got top here, the left one, that one hasn't really been finished set up yet, just installed it. And I got these 2, print to pull off there, print to start there, but printing away, just about finish this 1 layer. So I was thinking the A1, the non-mini version, has a kind of a similar extrusion setup. So I think a similar setup like this, how it attached to the top, might work with the A1. And you could just do 1 on either side to get the full 4-slot AMS without having to have, you know, this big honkin' AMS sitting off to the side. Let's see, filament's rolling out. They gotta get new clips for that. Unfortunately, Bambu doesn't sell the clips separately, they only sell the spools. The whole spool holder assembly. I might be able to print the clip, but I'm worried about friction, because it's that whole assembly holds the whatever you call it that makes it the recoil spring. That's what I'm looking for. It makes it spring back so that it can retract quickly. Any time now. But yeah, you can even see, like, I've got this kind of weird pattern here. Originally it was supposed to go up like this, which would be a cleaner filament path. Problem with that is these are coated differently. So of the 4, only 2 of them would be usable for one DMS to have it proper, and then the other 2 would be backwards. So instead I just decided the filament path still works pretty good here. As long as you're not doing abrasives, which you can't do with the AMS Mini anyways, so it doesn't really matter. This is just taking a sweet time to purge. Watch printer never filament changes. Alright, purge tower. Yeah, this is the DMS, I should say, which is, I think it's kind of neat. Obviously, it's only as neat as you have a use case for it. As you can see, this is all like toolless. This is literally just friction fit in with a little sliding stopper. And the entire multi-part assembly for the DMS itself just has little tongue and grooves to socket everything together. You can glue it together. It doesn't really need it just the way it's constrained, but if you glue it, it's more sturdy. Yeah. Printing just great in 2 colors. And like I say, it's about $75 for the controller and the cable. And you get a second AMS from it, essentially. As long as you don't need it for more than 2 colors per printer. It looks like this print bed is completely off kilter. And possibly I have some moisture in this blue filament. Actually, I'm positive I have some moisture in this blue filament. This is cheap filament. I only put on the spool because it's a cardboard spool and I wanted to showcase that it works with either the reusable spools or any normal cheap spool. Another thing of PLA there, curing. Yeah. That's it. I'm going to stop the print here because I don't want to waste plastic. But that is the DMS. There's still a couple things I want to tweak before I release the files, but overall I think it's kind of cool. It kind of works. Or, I mean, it works. It kind of works for space saving. It's a little easier to fit 2 A1 minis with the DMS attached on one shelf than it is to fit 2 A1 minis and 2 AMSs on one shelf. Just makes it a little easier to reload them, especially when you're on this bottom shelf where you have to kind of bend down, or even if I go down to the 3rd shelf here, eventually. I want these filaments to be as easily accessible as possible. But yeah, that's it.